And scream anew, you almighty doomed. Welcome back to another four-faced oracle, Mork Borg. Tonight, we fight against futility, for there are 11 months left. But before we go on, we bring to you the ghosts of riders long past, of motorcycles, daring feats, and expectations long led astray. We come to the volcanic final moments of the final race on the Lost Caravan RPG. I am Fleet, playing your four-faced oracle tonight. Before we get into announcements, I would love to actually flip it and start with everybody to go around. Tell me, who are you that dares tread upon the domain of the basilisk? You, the eared one. Go first. That is you, yeah. I told you this would be the energy.
Master. Bravely stupid. I'm not expressing.
Well met, sorceress. And you, the blonde. Tell me.
Howdy do! My name's Delilah. Of course, as you know, I'm beautiful. What can I say?
Thank you, Mikaela. You, the quiet one in black, with the eyes hidden. And what is your name?
Hi everyone, I'm Amber, also known as the Space Jamber on Twitter and Twitch, and also TikTok, actually, if you're into that. I am playing Scrounge tonight, who is a gutter-born scum attracted to the shiny things in life.
Perhaps you'll find something shiny on the road.
Oh, I'm keeping a keen eye out for it.
And you, the final. Speak forth. Who are you?
Hi everyone, I'm Kian at uptight_chiffon. You can find me on Twitter. And tonight I am playing Anders, who is tired of soaking their hands in blood and is looking for their place among the stars.
Each of you has come here for a purpose. To ride the road, to see what there is to be seen. Before we begin our tale tonight of woe, of victory, and of futility, I have a few announcements requested by the voice of Verhu, Sir Hooper of the Lost Caravan. We have two sponsors tonight for this. Epidemic Sound. Hooper, will you play a little sound for us tonight of what that sounds like? If you can hear it. It's not screams. It's music. Use our code to get 30 days free access to their library. The code is Lost Caravan RPG. Hoop didn't tell me the code.
It's in chat. It's share.epidemic.sound/Woolmanmig.
Use that code.
Women loving men.
Library. Women loving men. Women loving magnesium. Make sure you get enough. And finally, we also have another sponsor to thank, Hero Forge. You can find them. They make incredible figurines. In fact, you can see the tokens that each of us have made tonight to represent our characters made in Hero Forge. They have new token borders. You can actually see the ones on the screen are the brand new borders for those. They're not on the screen, are they, Hoop? That's fine. Imagine, if you will, each of us in plastic and mold and glory. You can't see this.
It's already plastic, doll.
Wow. We're starting with some energy tonight, folks. It's an OSR. We're diving in. We have some upcoming games. We have a Locust game tomorrow hosted by James. We also have Mech Romancers on Sunday, which is one of my personal favorites. And there's a game of Alien on Monday for a brand new campaign that is running. If you are interested in joining the Lost Caravan or any of these games, please feel free to join our Discord, join the madness, join the party. We do casting once a month, and so on and so forth. And maybe you'll be lucky enough to be murdered by me. Anyway, Tonight, we begin. We begin our tale. The Tar Queen Methuseleh, long may she reign, has called you each to Galgenbeck. Pardon Amani, the golden-crowned viper, your leader, donning her beautiful golden hijab, is waiting for you on the outskirts of Galgenbeck. As each of you ride up on your bikes and approach, what is the feeling within you? The final race is coming. You have all known it for some time. The final race, of course, being the final race before the end of the world. Who will be the true Lord of Tar? The Lord of Fire, the Lord of Pit, the Lord of screeching wheels on the road. For after all, immortality, in this instance, is fleeting, but worth everything. How do you each feel as you approach Pardon? Her golden hijab like an aura around her as she watches you all approach.
Sorceress, a smoking, bubbling, full of tar spirit herself, fox-like ears, the markings all over her body, the scars and everything are all gifts and wonders, presents between her and Pardon, things that she's given herself for Pardon in many displays of adoration. There's a self-righteousness that I feel and a hunger for power, for winning, and also a hunger to take those out on the road.
Do you really think this win will fill you?
It'll fill me with something temporary and self-gratifying in this moment, and that's all that I need, because then I can keep going.
Sorceress, your choice to join the mortal flesh will be your downfall. And yet, you screech up and stop before Pardon, who looks over at you, this 42-year-old, an old cigarette dangling from her hands as she leans back on her bike. The roar of the bikes fills the night. The dark stench of Galgenbeck, the greatest city that ever was, no king or queen that rules, but only Verhu's voice. The archpriestess Josilfa Migol. Here, you are all gods and kings. Here is where the prophecy was birthed. Who is next to arrive on this fateful night?
Round is next. They are. It's almost difficult to spot them in the bleak darkness of the entire area, but really the only things that betray their approach is the sound of their bike wingspan, whose roar sounds less like the roar of a motor and more like the sound of a murder of crows approaching. Little trinkets, glimmers of little trinkets on their fingers, around their neck, adhered somehow to their jacket, their helmet, all black, catch whatever bits of light appear. And all goes silent, all goes dark again once they cease mounting wingspan. And as they approach, they take off their their helmet on their hog. And again, walk forcefully yet determined toward our goddess, our goal here. And just bow their head silently in reverence, in well-deserved reverence.
Pardon glances over and nods. You find the place okay?
Hard not. find the place. As long as I'm attuned to you, I know exactly where I need to be.
You youngins all such flirts, and gonna take a drag of the cigarette and flick the butt to the ground in between Sorceress and Scrounge.
I do one of those sup nods to Sorceress, but I'm sure it is on deaf ears.
I look
No
at
pun
you and I
intended.
pick up the cigarette and I eat it.
And thus begins Mork Borg! Drink every time Sorceress eats a cigarette.
You're gonna be very hydrated tonight, folks.
I'm gonna leave cigarettes along the road for you.
Yes.
Like candy.
Oh my god. A trail of cigarette butts. Nice and crispy. Pre-used. And now, who is next to arrive? This fated hollowed night.
Anders walks up, a little bit younger, and walks past everybody to stand and look out at the road. And their heart is beating so fast, so incredibly fast, that it's like a drum in their ears. They look at their hands and they have a flash image of all of the blood that has been on their hands. And they look at the road again and then ultimately set their gaze toward the stars. And they are standing next to their bike, Lisuga, that is a bit of a smaller frame and is all black and covered in small little hand-painted stars itself as those were reflected in the sky.
Some have smudged over the years, but you've taken care to reapply each constellation, each story of your tale unfolding. And as you look out at the road, it might be a good time to tell you of the Shattered Spine. The Shattered Spine wends its way around Tveland. I don't know why I went full Frankenstein in there, but here we go. It wends its way around Tveland. Each piece of road, once connected to each other, but ruptured and broken, given up for dead. The coming apocalypse, who needs roads? Where we're going? Who needs roads? And like jagged teeth, the spine of old commerce prickles up throughout the land and spins off into the distance, winding its way, wending its way, deeper and deeper. You know this road well. It's treacherous. It takes a brave soul, a courageous soul, a dumb soul, a soul that stutters to go. And now last, who arrives?
Well, I pull up on my beautiful pink bike. It's called the Alkanos. I have it decorated in white and gold silver and gold. That's what makes a girl like me, of course. But that aside, my bike's called the Alkanos. It's right, they're big in contrast to my little petite form. And I have, much like the name of the bike itself, it has a woman at the front with bird wings just expanding. Either way, I get off. I see the others up front and I hop off. I stumble a bit and, these heels are really hard for walking in, but I jump off. I'm fashionably late as usual. I need to look pretty. I need to greet her. She needs to know that I exist.
Of course.
How else are you going to know who I am? Either way, I walk up towards her, my usual pearls and fur, and I curtsy towards her, still stumbling a bit, but I respect her. She gets the point.
She smiles and extends her hand to you.
I'm going to open up my hand and lay a delicate kiss on it.
She retracts it. We're early. I thought I'd take this time. And she gestures for you to come in closer.
I am going to hesitantly move forward. I still show reverence towards her, of course. It's just I don't want to overstep my boundaries.
And Pardon turns to where Anders is. Stargazer, get your ass over here.
I take a second, and it's almost like it's so painful to turn away before nodding to Pardon, and moving to where I'm called.
I lied to you. I got you here earlier than everyone else. When they come, it's important that you know you'll see some familiar faces. Everyone is coming to this final race. Our beautiful Tar Queen has decided to invite everyone who decided to sit up one day and look at a fucking bike. And Pardon turns and spits into the ground. Makes me fucking sick. So, we're gonna take this crown, and whomever gets the most bodies by the end will be my successor. I don't intend to leave this race alive. After all, what's there waiting for me? Just road and road. I'm going to where the road's unbroken. And if I don't, I'm gonna go read a book on a fucking beach. So, which of you is going to be my successor?
I look at Scrounge like it's gonna be me.
They they look back at you, look at the rest of the party. I genuflect to you.
I don't know what that word means, so
Oh, that means I would bend up, like I'd bend the knee for you. Especially compared, I mean, yeah.
well,
Really? Good.
uh, well, I mean, totally fine if I also don't make it. There's something extremely thrilling if everyone is going to be there. How many people will want to kill me? But if
How
I do die, then just keep me as a little like taxidermied little dog next to you.
Oh, you would absolutely be the first choice in my for my sidecar.
Oh,
And
all this talk of death, it's so violent. I mean, come on, we can all make it out of this.
Do you actually believe that?
I mean, I like looking at the bright side of things. I mean, I love you even if you guys have no sense of fashion whatsoever. You guys are like family to me.
Oh, bless your heart that you think that fashion is actually going to be useful in the apocalypse.
I mean, it matters to me.
It might, who knows?
Oh, depends on your definition of fashion, I guess.
all right. And we have our first angel point of the night. You may have noticed, if you are a member of Lost Caravan who's been here for a while, that something has changed. If you go down to where your points can be redeemed, you'll see something new. You can grant an angel point to any of Doom's angels before you and give them a chance to reroll. You may grant the Oracle a four-faced redemption point, so I may make them reroll when I don't like the roll. And then there is the Scream Train. I wonder what that does. Anyway, let's continue. Now, it sounds like this isn't going to be much of a fight. So why don't I make it more interesting? Whomever kills the most people, I'll give a key to. I'm gonna tell you what it's for. But I've been hiding something special. A power that I found. Something I've made myself. Something I've rewritten. Something that's been whispered to me from the stars. It's yours.
Why do you want to give it up so easily?
You're my family. I want this last race to mean something. Maybe that's silly. Maybe it won't mean anything at all, but I like to think that we were all brought here together for a reason. And Pardon sighs and reaches back. Oh, thank you, Dido. I got a 4-face point. Rubs the back of their neck and kind of like kicks dirt a little bit. They seem a little vulnerable, and they shake their head, and you see that wall come back down. Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. This can be hard, and I thought this might be a good way to get the kitties to rally. So, fuck it. I don't need to give you shit. You're here for a reason, right? Do your fucking job.
Shiny.
Yeah, sure, it's fucking shiny.
Mm.
And as Pardon says that, you hear a roar in the distance. And you all turn, and you see a line of lights ignite the night. Almost as if you are watching sickly yellow pierce through the peaceful calm of darkness. As you see 3 separate groups ride up. Get my angels up. You notice that each of them carries a banner. You don't need one. You have the perfect banner before you, the glowing viper. And yet, they come in style. From Grift, the floral print machetes roar up, each of their floral print jackets over their biker leathers fluttering in the breeze. The burn-scarred Herschel Gourmand leader riding at the head of the pack. He skids up, flips his dirty blonde hair over his head, clearly a toupee, and brings it to a roaring halt. He is a large, barrel-chested man, covered in tattoos and grime and dirt, missing 2 front teeth, replacing them with viper fangs. He spits in Pardon's direction. Pardon holds up a hand to you all, but no one moves, and she nods and puts it down. Beside him, you see a small, petite woman. She is in what appears to be a brand new leather jacket, which is hard to get. Unearned. Nothing about it. A bike, unadorned. Basic. And you see on the back, someone has written, and you are assuming some kind of paint, the word diabolique. She skids to a stop next to him. The floral print machetes have arrived with their entourage. Beside them, you see the all-eternal promises of hungry splendor, otherwise known as Anthela's eyes, as they roar up in their beautiful, gray, shining matte bikes. Vix Regal arrives. You see that they are wearing what appears to be a beautiful, beautiful, shining, elaborate handkerchief tucked like a chivalrous badge of honor in their front. Sorceress, as someone from Kyrgyz, you immediately recognize Anthela has embroidered that herself. The queen has embroidered that herself. Beside him, you see Lorelei Catatonic, a large, voluptuous woman. She has her head completely shaved, covered in tattoos. You see that she has replaced 5 of her teeth with gold. And the third gang rides up before you. And you all know immediately who this is. From the bowels of Galgenbeck themselves, the Split Tooth arrive, each waving their banner as the Tar Queen Methuseleh herself rides in. The Tar Queen is adorned in what appears to be tar, warmed and dripping slightly molded forever to be a crown about her head. They slide in, and you see beside them is someone you've never seen before. You've heard tell that the Tar Queen Methuseleh had a daughter, and indeed, as she takes off her helmet, you see a young woman. Her dreads are to her waist, each of them ringed with what appear to be trinkets and bone. She has some kind of rune carved along her collarbones, and she looks at you with white eyes. She is silent, stoic, beside her mother. Pardon nods to you all, and with reverence, you all turn as one to the Tar Queen Methuseleh. A 62-year-old woman, she clears her throat and comes off from her bike to stand before you. Now hear me, she calls. Hear me this, all you sinners, all you saints, all you desperate worms that crawl around the shattered spine. I am the Tar Queen Methuseleh, as you know. And as you pray, hope to be one day. I'm tired, and I'm thrilled to invite you now to the final race. The crown grows heavy, and I feel bored, unchallenged, I should say. So, you're all worthy. You're all my only friends. So race to the death for me. Are we in agreement then? The winner of this final race for the final time before you cowards have a chance to turn and run. Are you in? Or are you willing to roll over and let the apocalypse take you without a fight?
The only thing Sorceress says, she looks over to Herschel and says, "Nice wig, Herschel. Nice side piece, too."
It's gotten worse since I last saw him.
Herschel?
It's pubic hair at this point.
A straight merkin.
A nice merkin bag. Anyway. Oh my god.
I mean, not everyone can be naturally blonde like me.
Herschel is. Do you say this after the Tar Queen speaks?
Yes. That's like.
It rings out, and
Yeah.
you see the Viola's head just turn towards Herschel, and you see her smirk a bit before she swallows it and goes back to stoicism beside her queen and mother. Herschel becomes a florid red. Actually, this was a good time to test presence. You are intimidating after all. You may test presence, my friend. So, when we say test, it is a skill check. So, when we do that, what that means is we are going to be rolling a d20 for one of the 4 stats that we have. Those 4 stats are going to be agility, presence, strength, and toughness. The bikes as well have their own stats as we've designed them. So, Sorceress, roll me a test of presence, a d20 with your modifier. What did you get?
That's a 19.
Mother of God, Mother of Pearl. I'm gonna go check that really quick because I'm actually nervous about that. You did. You really did roll a presence 19, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go check your ability sheet really quick. I'm scared. I'm scared I didn't look this over enough. It's a really high roll. I respect it, but I'm scared. No, I trust you. It's right. It's right. That was just really good. Bodes well. I hope you waste them all early. So, you shout this, and the echo rolls across the mottled, rotting hills of Galgenbeck. You hear almost a murder of crows behind you caw in response, that grating cackle, as if everyone is laughing at Herschel. Herschel goes a florid red, and he turns, "You fucking bitch," and he's going to turn and grab you, and the Tar Queen Methuseleh turns and holds up a hand, and he stops. Save it for the road, Herschel. Besides, they're right. You look like shit. Why don't you try winning for once instead of hiding your head? Herschel, if you lose, I think you have to give Sorceress Your toupee.
I'm going to
Herschel.
lean over to the sorceress and just say, I don't think you really want that.
I do.
Herschel doesn't really have the power to say no, so he just nods, cowed, and you see him try to pat his wig almost reassuringly, like it's a little animal on his head. Good thing I'll kill you first. And you see the woman beside him in that new leather put a hand out. No, stop! Don't fight over me!
Honey, this wasn't about you to begin with.
She's going to turn and she's going to look over at you, uh, Delilah. I know exactly who you are.
Yeah, I know who you are too. I didn't know that they had AliExpress here anymore. It's crazy.
AliExpress in the apocalypse, baby!
I love getting my girlfriends from wish.com.
First of all, honestly, presents
Well.
roll. Shit talking is a presents roll. Shit talking is a presents roll. Shit talking is a presents roll, baby.
Okay,
Dude, that's
so
a critter on
it's
his head before it gets angry.
wait, okay, so it's
Presents roll,
roll 1d20 and
and then
then
add that modifier to it. You can also just click on presents in your sheet on roll 20, and you should be good to go.
oh, okay, so I could just do okay.
Oh yeah, chat. I knew what I was doing, inviting these motherfuckers.
Oh, what the ah
What
ah
happened?
ah
What
are
happened?
we
Oh,
That is
are we looking
crazy.
at the same
that's
number?
not right.
Are
That's
we looking
wrong. Did you put your modifiers in? You rolled 33 for the chat.
like my
Lila, did you
presence
put the
is at
modifier in?
19?
Okay.
Those are Pathfinder numbers.
Rolled a 19 though on the die.
You did roll a
so-
19.
Yeah.
Okay, you rolled a 19. You do pass, but I want you to go in really quick while we're doing this. I see that you put strength 18, agility 14. You need to put the modifiers in versus the big boys. So I think I sent those to you on Discord, so you should have them as
Oh,
well.
okay. Wait.
Pop 'em
14
in,
is a
and-
+1.
yeah, we're good to fly.
Okay,
Perfect.
so it would be presence +3, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be presence +3 because you are presenting.
So it's roll 1d20 and then put like +3, right?
Yep.
Perfect, exactly. So it's a 19 +3, so you have very much succeeded. You see,
I don't know what I'm doing.
you're
You're
good. You're good. You're good.
Okay.
You see the woman take a step back, her hand over her heart.
Ta-da! Still got it.
Well, my name is Patty. I mean, no, my name isn't Patty. My name is.
Her name's Patty, everybody. That's Patty
It-
over there.
It's not Patty. My name is Diabolique, and
Do
Sounds
you
like
even
Patty
know
to
any
me.
French?
What?
Do you even know any French? And I'm going to like switch back over Herschel. I'm just going to be like, I know I'm not that bright, but come on, I don't even think she graduated yet.
I don't think I didn't graduate. What's that?
No one here
Who's
has
graduating
graduated.
from
Oh,
anything?
God.
I
No one's
mean,
going to college.
she's just a bit dim for me. At least I know how to read.
And you actually hear someone clear their throat, and you see the leader of all eternal promises of hungry splendor, Anthella's eyes. I will read the full title every time. You're welcome. And it is written on the back. It's in like fun letters. Steps forward. You see this person is around 7 feet tall, lanky. Their dark hair has been clipped very precisely. You see that they have what appear to be 3 precious gemstones inset along each side of their face, and their binder is of a tan that peeks out underneath their jacket. You see that there are also swirling tattoos that move along their body as they step forward, and you can't help but notice their skin is a little gray, a little in an unnatural way, and they clear their throat. This does not become us. If we are to fight, it should be of an honorable sport, Say aye. And Tar Queen Methuseleh sighs. Vix, you're such a kiss ass! They were just about to fight! And I do love a fight, but you're right, we should save it for the road. Or for the night before. You are all welcome to my hall to feast the night. In the morning, we begin the race. Your bikes will be safe inside of the stall, should you choose to use it, and should you be able to sneak in. I give you all the credit for it. But please, you are welcome to dine at my rancid hall tonight. Meet my lovely daughter. And she gestures to Viola, who doesn't even look at her. You can see her eye twitch a bit. And now, come let us feast. I've prepared the table for you. And you watch as other members of this, of oh boy, of the split tooth and enter. You see they are all wearing all white, and they have taken their hands with tar and placed them along almost to decorate them as an honor, a badge of honor. Pardon turns to you all. Are we gonna get our bikes fucked?
Fine, we. Maybe you're gonna get your bike fucked.
I'd like to see them try and fuck with that. I've added some surprises.
Mm.
I
Can't
also
wait
have
to
some surprises. Just make sure everyone's in front of me.
Oh
You
my
know what I
god, this
mean.
again? Yeah.
You know
Oh
what
my.
I mean. Be careful this time, Anders.
I make no promises, but if you take me out, I'm gonna be really pissed and I'm gonna
I
come after you.
I will be very sorry, I promise.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
All right. You all watch as platters of food are brought out. It's not fancy fare, but it is large chunks of meat. You see beautifully lined, not quite salad, not quite not salad. It's sort of a modeled collection of strange vegetables placed together in a broth, and Pardon immediately goes to them and begins to raise it up. Stops as she's about to eat. It's really just big chunks of meat, probably deer, two-headed
Mm.
deer, perhaps. It glows slightly. The vegetables also seem to be whispering in their broth, and it bubbles in a strange, delightful way. It's a favorite. Pardon stops before she eats and glances over at you all. Literally, they have
Anders,
taken and they have laid it on the ground. There is no fine hall. There is no dining area. They have taken the food out and laid it on the ground. You see other workers starting to put up small tents around the area. You assume there is no stable. You are leaving your bikes where they are for the night.
Oh man. I turn to the rest. I turn to sorry, I turn to Sorceress and Anders and Delilah, and I don't trust them to not fuck with our hogs.
We're
Is there
sleeping out
any
here.
still under cover of sleep anything can still happen.
I say we rotate, keep a watch, just to be safe.
Is
I
anyone
mean,
noticing? Oh, sorry, Delilah.
I mean, that sounds fine with me. I mean, my bike's too pretty, and compared to the rest of these people here, I mean, we have much more to lose. I mean, look at how nice our bikes look.
I don't think any of these motherfuckers have seen pink. Maybe at all. So who knows how much they're gonna just even want to chip the paint on your bike.
No, don't tell me that.
Anyone else noticing Viola, the Methuselah's daughter, is kind of I'm smelling rebellion, you know?
Yeah, I'm a little curious to see what she has in store on the road.
I'm not sure if it's alliance worthy at the moment, but if I don't know. I'm keeping an eye on her.
Think
Yeah, it's
anyone's worth
potential.
making an alliance with if there's only one group that wins?
It could be useful.
How about this? What would an alliance get us? Pitch it to me.
Momentary reprieve until we kill each other at the end of the alliance.
An agreement to leave each other alone and target the others. I like it.
I think the split tooth is probably the ones that could help us take out the easier ones. The Grift and the Kurgus. Fuck those. Fuck them. The real
mean-
challenge is in the split tooth.
I don't know. I think Kyrgyz will surprise us. I've never seen them really ride before.
They're
Must
all
be a new.
they're all just pretty.
I mean, but I'm pretty too.
You have one more quality above that.
Oh, thank you, Sarcy. It's so nice hearing you give me a comment.
Gonna offer you a. Pardon reaches out in size and takes out like a little bag that says Delilah handkerchiefs and just offers you a little hanky.
Oh my god, thank you. You know how hard it is. I don't
Alright.
even know what I put on my face this time. I just thought it looked nice.
I don't know what you found, but it smells like something. So, why don't you all go cozy up to whoever you think a good alliance is? It'll help me see what the future looks like for the next 11 months. Who's going to be an ally? Who's going to be a piece of shit?
Let's
I'm
bring
gonna be
Viola
honest.
over here. Anders.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna be honest, talking isn't my strong suit, so I don't think I should be the one to go and make some allies.
I will say, talking isn't going to be the thing that wins this for us. There's another option. Pardon leans back and digs down to another little bag and takes out another small butt of a cigarette that they've just been hoarding. And she lights it.
Anders looks very excitedly over at Sorceress and glances at the cigarette, waiting to see if Sorceress is gonna eat another one.
Oh, she brought snacks. Great.
She brought snacks. All right. Yeah. Poll in the chat. Who's going to die first? Poll in the chat. Who make it so? Fair who demands. All right.
Fair who demands. Fair.
Fair who demands. Fair who
Demands.
Demands!
Demands.
Let's go talk to Viola. Have a sleepover.
Wait, wasn't is Pardon gonna give us something? Is that what you were
Yeah.
Yeah,
Still talking. I'm still talking, Sorceress.
Oh, I'm sorry.
pardon
Offers
us.
you the cigarette.
Eats it.
Yes.
Do the thing. Do the thing. All right. Pardon sighs and leans back. And then kind of looks around, leans in. We didn't get where we are by being nice. Fuck honor. How about we sabotage the bikes too?
Oh.
Now that,
Anders.
and Anders pulls out a knife and kind of flips it around through their finger. That I can get behind.
Do it in the dead of night when everyone's asleep.
I think I
You can
do
all just
that.
take out. I'm not worried.
Grift, right?
I mean, that seems a given. That guy kind of sucks.
You look over and you see that Herschel and I keep forgetting her stupid name I gave her.
Diabolic.
Malik.
Malik are making out at the end of the table.
Ugh.
I don't know why we associate with such stupid people.
I
You
mean,
hear a throat. Go ahead.
it's gonna be their last night alive. Might as well just let them have a good time.
I mean, I almost kind of feel bad for, wait, what was her name? Like Patty or something? Yeah, I almost feel bad for Patty. You know, like, I'm not that smart, but like, she's like doubly not smart. And like, she's with that asshole. And you know, when you die, you probably don't want to be alone smelling like asshole.
There are a few things worse than asshole that you can smell like, so I'm in agreement
Yeah,
with
but
this
like,
one.
look at him.
And as you look over, you see the Tar Queen stands up and raises her glass. You all see that someone has come out with a pitcher and has poured it into each of yours. Yeah, someone has come around with a pitcher to pour you a new drink, and she raises her glass. To the final fight! To dying before someone can tell us when to die, and to the road, the only mother any of us deserve.
Mm,
Cheers. And she holds it
drink
up.
to that.
I
Is there
want
some kind of check to make sure
Yeah.
like this isn't poisoned?
Yes, there is. I am going to need you to roll me. Are you drinking it or are you checking it?
I'm checking it.
I'm drinking it.
You are.
Oh, but
All
my
right.
lips-
Who's drinking? Who's checking?
I'm gonna
Drinking.
check it. My lipstick's too nice.
I'll drink it.
Andrew drinks it. Sorceress drinks it. Scrounge. You watch as your friends shift it back. Pardon is also not drinking it. You are going to need to roll me a presence check, and
Okay.
I will tell you what happens after.
Can I roll
Are
that
you
thing?
fucking
Yes.
kidding me?
This is going to be bad.
It's a flat two.
I think my dice is broken, to be honest. This doesn't
Hold
look
on.
right.
Here.
Did you-
Okay. I actually rolled presence instead of just like rolling a d20, but yeah.
Are we all rolling presents, or is Anders and I rolling toughness?
You are both rolling toughness, baby.
Okay.
You are drinking it, you fools! What's the first rule of Fight Club? Don't drink poison.
Drink poison.
Uh,
That's my whole thing.
I thought it was this
Delilah, I'm
about
gonna
Fight
add
Club.
any modifiers myself really quick. So we'll just get that done for you. Also, I'm pretty sure that was like another high roll. So that's gonna be a strength plus 3. That's gonna be an agility. Oh yeah, so this is done with modifiers, folks. And agility plus 1. Boop boop. That's a 15. That's not right.
Yeah. I don't have a modifier to my presence, so
You're flat, baby.
yeah, it's a flat 10.
Flat 10. Flat Earther 10. All right. You should be all set, Delilah. You should be all good to go. All right. So we have ground. You don't really know. You see it. It's kind of easy. It doesn't seem like there's anything wrong with it. Also, they've made it very clear that they wouldn't poison it before the night's out anyway. So it seems safe to you. Delilah, what did you end up rolling?
That's what I was saying. I don't know if my dice is right.
A 19.
I don't.
While they're like
like
I was
I
gonna
don't
say while they Go
Do you
ahead.
pass out? What are you doing?
Oh no, that was just Amber being like, oh no, we keep talking over each other.
That's okay. Oh my god, we're good. We have a tie so far. Between Scrounge and Anders. Who's gonna
Coming
die?
after everyone that voted for me.
Alright. I'm gonna go order by order. Scrounge, you take a look. You don't really see anything in it. And what do you do now?
I'm going to like keep an eye on how everyone else around me responds to drinking it, but also I probably have like a scrap piece of metal somewhere on my person that I can use to see if there's any sort of like acid or like other thing that reacts to a thing, you know? Trying to
Yes?
see.
Like it's acid and eating? I will say it's a metal goblet. And it's not being eaten at.
Oh, okay. All
Metal
right. Well
goblet
then.
is not being eaten at. So
Never
you should
mind.
be good.
Okay.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'm just gonna keep an eye on like to see how everyone else responds before. Yeah.
Can do, kangaroo. So, you take a step back and you take a look. Doesn't really seem like the metal's eating through or anything, and you rest. However, Delilah, you notice something on the rim of your cup. You notice a fine powder has been smeared, not on the liquid, on the rim of the cup. And as you look over, you notice Herschel's not drinking either. However, Sorceress and Ander, you have chosen to drink of the liquid from the cup. Let us discover what has happened to thee, to thou, to
It's
thine.
really funny. Sorceress has a portable laboratory. She could have found out, but this is how she finds out.
Yeah, she's actually fucked around right now. All right. You take a sip. Sorceress, you immediately feel that kind of numbness on your mouth, that almost with the sweetness of, well, sweetness, the rancid bitterness of wine old enough to be vinegar. You taste a lace of something different. And you notice it fast enough, your toughness is strong enough that you just feel the numbness on your mouth. Ander, you take a big sip, your eyes on the
Nice.
stars, but you don't see them warped in the cup before you. And as you down the drink, you don't taste a thing. That's all. I am going to need you, when you take your rest tonight, to roll me something.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. Congratulations. You feel something numb, like your tongue's a little numb. It could be the strength of the vinegar, but you're not sure. Maybe you just need to eat a little more. Who knows? So, you now have a command from Pardon to go and to make friends and allies, or sabotage someone's bike while they're not looking. What would you like to do, Table? The choice is yours. We're counting down the hours until the final race. Sorceress.
I want to talk to Viola.
All right. You stand up, and people are beginning to walk around, talk to each other. There are more than just the names that we have mentioned. But these are the core people that we know, that we will follow for this adventure. You walk over to Viola, and she is drinking and picking at her meat, looking stoic. No expression.
Mm.
She looks up at you as you walk over.
You want some company?
She nods her head to the side, to gesture to the seat next to her.
Is she like sitting on the ground or something?
Yeah, she's on the fucking ground.
Okay, great.
Everyone is on the ground except for Methuseleh, who has had someone bring her out a chair. It is
Right.
hard for her to get up off the ground. If people need chairs, they are there for them.
Love the accessibility at the end of the world.
Yeah.
Honestly, if it's honestly like capitalism's dying, but accessibility on the rise.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible. What Sorceress does is actually kind of like go down on her like all fours and then like kind of crawls into Viola's lap and then just kind of like settles her, folds her arms like just throughout her lap and just like is very engaged with Viola in conversation. This is just how Sorceress also hangs out with everyone and like she just sits on them, right?
Very
Um,
fair. Not
kind of
just
a kind of a drag to be introduced as someone's daughter and not just by your own presumable wins, achievements. More of a statement, not really much of a conversation. How do you feel about it though?
ah, I see. When the reeds rustle, they tell me things. They've told me of you. The questions he would ask, the comments he would do, the things in the stars that would scream. I do not care to be known.
Why is that? You're a
Why do you-
shadow.
Yes. Why do you seek to burn the brightest, when you will only die and become a shadow just like me?
Because you want to be a story. You want to be a star, don't you?
A story is reductive. A star is far away, and burns and dies the moment it reaches our eyes.
Then you want to be a fucking bomb. You want to be a firecracker. That's what living is. You blow up in people's faces because that is your existence. That is what you should be. Right?
What it should be.
Just fine, not should be. But could be. Can be.
Does it not crush you to want so firmly when all want will go?
What else is there to want? Not wanting after everything and as everything leaves and there was nothing you had ever wanted or loved. I look over at like the Anthelia group. I had loved that same queen before, but when I saw Pardon, when I saw our group, there was something more inviting. There was something so much more life that could be lived with them. Have you never felt fire, climax,
Are you,
death?
ask- are you asking me if I have had sex before?
Not necessarily. You can have many orgasms in many different ways.
I understand that thought. No, I do not want that. I seek clarity. I want to look the end in the eyes and have it know me, and be known. That is what I want. The reflection of a pond.
Do you want a friend?
What do you offer in return?
Seeing the end of the pond together. And then
Are
maybe
you
we'll
not?
kill each other at the end.
I do not mind death, but I would so very much like to see the end when it comes. I. You may roll me, my sweet friend. A presence check! No, you know what? This is a very good argument. I don't think you need to roll shit. Presence gonna presence. Gonna retract. Viola looks at you. Would you expect me to talk to my mother to ask her to grant mercy until the end?
I don't think you have to ask your fucking mother to do anything about your end. We're all gonna die. Just as she is. Just as you
Then this,
are.
then this is an agreement between you and I, not the gangs.
Sure.
My mother is the leader. Just as you would not cross Pardon, I would not cross Methuselah. But you speak interestingly, and I would be fascinated to know more. If you make it far enough, if you make it to the Bergen Crypt and across the wastes, then we will talk. Then you may show me fire. But I must see the void, and I must have it know me.
You. And then I'll like take out a little vial that I have of my many little vials that I have. It's like red and glittery. This is fire. And we can share it together. But I pocket it. Until the Bergen's Crifts then.
Until the Bergen Crypt. Be wary. I saw Herschel with the glasses. He seeks vengeance.
I'm gonna eat Herschel. So don't worry about it.
He doesn't seem like he tastes very good, but be that as it may, enjoy.
They don't have to taste good, it's just the feeling.
All right. I'm going to call that scene. Excellent work. We are now going to move to the rest of the team. Is there anyone you're trying to talk to? Anyone you're trying to get something from?
I would like to talk to Diabolique.
Ah, yes, you do. She has disengaged herself enough from Herschel that she is sitting there looking very proud of herself, drinking a glass of what appears to be white wine, but it just looks like water that someone put like a drop of like vinegar, like white wine vinegar into. It's not very, the wine's not good in the apocalypse.
I'm gonna go over, sit next to her, just like, hey, Keiko, we need to talk. Yeah, you.
Yeah.
I'm talking to you. Yes.
Mm. What do you want to talk about?
Let me just ask you,
Okay.
why are you with him?
Why do you want to know?
We're about to fucking die. That's why.
Die alone. If I'm
You
gonna die, I'm
think
gonna die somebody.
you think that he's a good substitute instead of dying alone?
I'm not glamorous like you. This is what I can do. Okay? I'm Diabolique. I chose this, and I have to honor that I made a decision.
Just because you made a decision doesn't mean you have to die on it.
You just
I
want me
made
to
a
drop that.
decision with him. Pretty bad one, by the way. But you can always leave. Listen, you're pretty. You have prospects in life outside of that fuck face. You can do things that don't include being with a balding man in his 40s.
They have this conversation. Anders, can you roll me a d20 toughness again?
Nice.
Keep going. Go ahead, Delilah.
You know, my parents died. I didn't really have anyone. I was in your shoes a long time ago, and also I just have to say, between us girls, black isn't really your color. I think you should have a more vibrant look, and being with this asshole, you're not being that vibrant. I felt the same way too. I I thought I needed to please him. I thought I needed to be pretty and dolly and ditzy, and that would satisfy me in life. It fucking didn't. If I'm gonna die, I'd rather die alone with some old white balding man that makes me want to vomit every time I touch him. I know you're doing the same thing I did. Do you really want to die knowing that I'm with this guy right now because I have no other alternatives, or because I think I have no other alternatives?
She's like sunken in her seat, just listening. He told me you would try and talk to me about this, that you're a liar. You
What
just
am I
won't.
lying about? You have a brain. You have your own brain. What am I lying about?
I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed. And at that, Diabolique stands very hurriedly, but it seems your words have made a very strong impact. She doesn't, it seems she's something that frightens her about this, and you have a feeling that your words are going to resonate with her for a very long time.
If I have the chance to, I'm going to like lightly grab her by her hand.
She turns, she's bright red.
Listen, you don't have to take what I'm saying into account. I did, after all, try to set him on fire. You know, I have a bit of an arsonist streak. I don't really think a lot of people like that. But we're about to die. I want you to have something. Say you stole it off me if it makes you feel any better when talking to him. And at that, I'm going to like take my wrap that I have around me. Whether it's real fur or not, we do not know. But nonetheless, I just wrap it around her.
Saw anything this soft before. Thanks. I mean, not thanks. I stole it. Because I'm not taking it because you told me to. I'm taking it because I want to. And she's gonna really quickly hurry away, wrapping the stole around her. But you have a feel that she hasn't let go, and you can see she's clutching it very tightly. So we're
And
just
I'm just gonna walk back over to where my group is.
perfect. You walk over to your group as Scrounge and Anders. So we have a little time. I know we're running a little over. We're gonna still try and
Yeah.
end at 10:45. We're gonna blast on through this, and we're gonna get on the road. Go ahead,
Wait,
Scrounge. What do you
10
want?
Wait, 10 Mountain Time or 10 Eastern?
My time. 10:45 Eastern.
Oh shit. Oh, 10:45 Eastern. Okay. Cool. Sorry. I was terrified. I was like, 10 is in 10 minutes. Okay.
You're good. Eastern time. Eastern time. Scrounge and
Going
Anders.
first.
Whichever who would like to go first? I'm gonna get to what
Salamanders.
happened with that toughness at the ends before we go into break. So either of you, I'm gonna let you both act before we go into break.
Anders is again looking up at the stars, but is kind of keeping an eye. I would like to sabotage somebody who looks a little bit distracted, but is not any of the. Well, actually, it could be Herschel. Not Methuseleh, not Vix, because they are the leaders, and me as a player now, I don't want to sabotage Diabolique because she's precious and I love her. So not her either. So
Just to whip on you.
Herschel or one of the two underlings, whoever looks like they would give me a chance. All that I want to do is poke a couple holes in some lines. I don't want the bike to not start. I just want to be able to do it in a way that down the line they're gonna be like, "Oh fuck, I don't."
Okay. I'm gonna let you know. This is a really anti-Herschel stream. So you notice that Herschel has gotten really drunk. Not the kind of drunk where they take their wig off and run around, but like the
Yeah.
drunk where he clearly like he's someone who's scared of the end. Everyone is, but we each deal with it in our own ways. He's gotten way too drunk for having a race tomorrow. He's ignoring Diabolique and letting Delilah talk to her. He's off like trying to flirt with the second in command of Anthella's eyes. And she's just staring at him, not having it.
I'm going after his bike then.
Go after his bike, baby! So you're gonna poke some holes in the tires. And as you do, you feel yourself cough a little bit. There's something in your throat. You are going to start fiddling with the bike, and I am going to need you to roll me a. So here's what's going to happen. This is about the bike toughness, so I'm going to need you to roll me a toughness check. Can you actually strength check? Can you get through the toughness of the tires?
And was just like, "Yeah, I can." I'm realizing I need to roll.
Roll it, baby!
I cannot. I rolled a 5 for chat.
Oh my god, Amber, don't start this stream. Oh, Scream Train is specifically lowered. So it's not a shock. It's just a very gentle scream in the background for 10 seconds. If you see Scream Train and that is something that bothers you, we can take it out. That's not something that was considered. Thank you for bringing that up. It's not a loud scream. We put it very low. So if that's a concern, that's something that, oh boy. Hoop, can we just remove it midstream? Because that's actually something I didn't consider when we planned this. That would be fucking sick. If not, please honor us. No one redeem it. Thank you, Hoop. Yeah, thank you, Arnica. I appreciate that comment. Did not take that into consideration and will do so moving forward. Sometimes sound's not good. Sometimes sound bad. So, what's your roll, buddy?
5.
A 5?
I'm so excited.
You try and stab through the tire. You can't quite make it. Your dagger is pretty good, but this is a tire that has been augmented to do all terrain, including sharp rocks and objects. You try and stab through, it doesn't quite work.
Is there anything while I'm there? I'm assuming Diabolic's bike is also close. Is there anything special that I noticed about her bike?
Yes, you notice that there is something attached to the bike that looks new. It's very obvious because there's not any augmentations to it. It's just what appears to be a small set of wheel spikes that can pop out and be used to ram into other people's bikes.
Okay. Anything on Herschel's while I'm stabbing it?
Oh,
I don't know
you're
if I have
trying
time
to
to look at
stab
both.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna let you have it. You take a look for what I'm about to do with you. I'm gonna let you have it.
Yes.
You take a look at the bike and you notice that there is some kind of nitros attached to the back that's triggered by flame to make him go faster. You also can see the fuel line where that is connected to his gas tank.
Ooh, can I cut that? I don't know if you'll let
You,
me. That's okay.
you may cut that. I'm not gonna make you roll for it. That one's not something you have to like stab through. You slice it cleanly. A little fuel dribbles to the ground, but it looks like it wasn't active. There's nothing held inside of it.
Beautiful.
Perfect. Yeah, he can now no longer use nitros. He now can no longer do a final fast push. You did it. You cough again. You could use some water, to be honest. What's up, Scrounge? What are you gonna do?
Actually, I'm very interested in talking to Pardon and just kind of hearing her out. And I feel like there's an element of melancholy here that she usually has, but it's different this time.
Yeah,
That
there's something.
there's something, yeah. Um, so, so Scrounge is gonna take off one of the dozens of just rings that they've found along the way and hold one up to Pardon and just say, trinket for your thoughts.
You really want to know? The night before we have to go into battle, you really want to know?
I mean, it'll help me be a little bit more motivated in battling. I've never been too good at it.
God, you're never gonna let me live that fucking down, are you?
Bro never forgets.
All right, you lonely crow. And she's gonna take the trinket and do a little like she's gonna make it spin over her hands. Just kind of watch it for a minute. I should be excited about this right now.
Yeah.
Chance of Blaze of Glory, right?
Normally right up your alley. And yet,
And yet,
and
I'll
yet.
be fine tomorrow. Just feels like it's our last night to be normal before we have to all go in gung-ho. And I'm happy to, like I will. I'll kill these motherfuckers one at a time. I'm gonna go out in a goddamn blaze of glory. You're gonna see me ignite across the sky. You'll name a fucking constellation after me.
I already have your spot among the stars planned.
Fantastic, and I hope you have an altar set up in your closet, because that's what you're gonna fucking need. No. Maybe I'm just getting old. You shouldn't get old at the end of the world. You should die hot and ready to go. No, I'm gonna be hot like 60 like Methuseleh. It's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, no, it's true. That's objectively true. Yeah.
Just sucks that some big snake guy tells us what we can and can't do. Just sucks that this is someone telling us this is the end for sure. I don't like it. Feels like giving up.
We can either give up now and just let the next 11 months happen to us, or we can continue fighting for the next 11 months and make sure that as hell is raining down upon us, we are raining hell upon everything else.
How the fuck you always know what to say? It's a weird skill to have.
I learned from the best.
Better if it not be fucking me. I was high probably when I said it. No, you're right. We're gonna go down sinking something into gut and flesh and bone.
I mean, again,
You know what? Oh, go ahead.
we're nowhere and we're everywhere all at once.
No, we aren't everywhere, you motherfucker. She's gonna reach out, and she's just gonna give you a ruffle on your head. When did you get so fucking old?
Time passes. We get older. We gain wisdom and we learn from the best. I'm just glad to be along on the ride with you and the rest of the angels.
No new angels.
No new angels.
If something happens to me, take care of them.
Absolutely.
All right,
We've
this shit. Let's talk about how we're gonna flip Herschel off doing a backflip on our fucking motorcycles.
I mean, have you seen Anders like sneaking around and fucking with Herschel's bike just a second ago? That's pretty
Yeah, I
sick.
have. I'm trying not to fucking look.
And the
as
way
we- Go ahead.
yeah, no, I was just like, well, no, I think this they're like in the scene, like, you know, I think there's like this. I think Scrounge has scrounged up like the last like stems of some weed or something and like makes it into a blunt and like lights it for the both of them. And you know, I like to imagine they're like smoking this like really shitty blunt, right? And
They
like
got the
talking shit about everyone.
Oh my god, they absolutely got the weed from like fucking where is it? Where's the name of the forest? The fucking Valley of Unfortunate Dead weed! Smells like corpses and it tastes like dreams. And as you partake in the dead weed, the rotten, rancid weed, you feel a peace come over you. It's salvia, baby. No, it's indica. Which was, we'll talk.
Sativa?
It's sativa. Sativa? I don't partake. That's not true. I don't know her. So, you all take a blunt, sit back, smoke as you all talk and make alliances, and you begin to tinker with bikes. And as you do, Anders, you cough again. You spit a little. It's on your face. You should take that off. Do you have, what color is your blood?
Don't ask that question.
What color is
It's
your blood?
it's pretty murky. It's pretty like it should be red when it's fresh, but it already looks kind of like dried blood. It's been sitting out kind of stale, even when it's fresh out of my body.
There's like something white in it. That's not normal, right? That's not normal for your blood, right?
Absolutely not.
You look at it and as you realize you have been poisoned, reduce your hit points by half.
Oh shit!
Oof.
The games begin. Herschel glances your way and smiles. One more.
I just smile and wave my fingers back, covered with whatever I caught
Covered in
out of
your
my
blood.
hand.
And as you do, you feel your hands begin to go numb. How do you ride your bike?
Leaning forward, it's kind of chest hugging
Yeah.
across it.
Sure. Do you gun with your hands?
Mm-hmm.
That might be a problem tomorrow. You'll figure it out, right?
Pretty confident.
You think about it as you all lay down to rest. You stay up in shifts to make sure no one fucks with your bike. And we're gonna take a 5-minute break. And when we get back, buddy, we're ending at 45. We're sprinting across Tveland. Thankfully, it's pretty fucking tiny. All right, folks. See you in 5. Please stick around if you haven't. I'm Fleet, your 4-faced oracle. Can I get a yes, oracle?
Yes,
Yes,
Oracle.
Yes, Oracle.
Can I yes, please, oracle?
Yes,
Yes,
please,
Yes, please,
Oracle.
Oracle.
Ah, I love the power of a stream. You all stick around. We are about to get into the nitty-gritty of flying across the road. We will see who dies first. Scrounge is predicted, or Anders, a surprising up-and-comer. Stick around, folks. Goodbye. See you soon. Scream anew, you almighty doom, and welcome back to the Four-Faced Oracles, no new angels. Dawn rises, and we are met again with our team. The tents are down for the night. You hear the roar of engines as you all clamber aboard your motorcycles. Scrounge, you look over at Pardon, and she is back. Her eyes laser focused on all of you, and she mounts her motorcycle beside it, the golden viper's head at the forefront, burning in the sunlight. And you see she looks behind and smiles. Let's show these motherfuckers what freedom looks like. I'll see you all at the end of the fucking race. And if I don't, you better throw a fucking party on my grave, because I'll throw a party on yours. No new what?
No new
Angels.
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 And you turn. You see everyone is out, aligned. Anthella's eyes, graffitied eyes all over, looking. Vix looks more gray. They look over and they seem intent. They rev their engine. Andrew, your hands have not recovered. It's spreading. It's starting to move down your arm, this numbness.
Is it both hands?
It's both hands.
I'm gonna rig up on my gas side a rope to just tie it off, and I'm gonna tie it around my hand. And right when we accelerate, I'm gonna yank the rope tight and just gun it.
You gun it. Pardon looks over, looks at the ropes, just nods, doesn't say anything. It's useless to ask if you are okay. No one is okay. Nothing is ever going to be okay again. It is just the road. It is just the fury. It is just the fire. It is just the end. It is the race. Verhu, bring the fucking heat! You all mount your bikes. You gun your engines. You hear the screaming blast of a whistle. This is where you live. This is where you thrive. And just like that, you burn hot tar as you take off into the morning. I'm going to need every single one of you to please roll me an agility check to see how fast your bike is going.
A 19 for Lucia.
Got
15.
15.
Wait, what are you rolling? I'm sorry.
Toughness for your bike. Or not toughness.
Toughness for your bike.
Your bike. Agility.
Ooh, okay. That is an 8.
An 8. You take off with average speed. You don't quite pull ahead of the pack. You are in the main group scrounge as you realize that you haven't quite gunned it enough. You haven't quite gotten that rhythm right, and you take off a little more in the middle. However, Delilah, you realize as you sputter your bike to life, it stalls out. You gun it again, and a third time. You smell the burning of your tire on the ground, that pig shining almost mockingly in the light. And then, by some miracle, your bike starts, but you are behind. You notice that, I always forget her frickin' name! Diabolique has gunned it out in front and has taken off ahead of you. You notice she is wearing the stole, and it flies in the wind. Sorceress, what did you roll?
15.
15. You take off side by side with Pardon. You shoot forward, and she gives you a nod and smiles as if to challenge you, guns it more, and you two take off together down the shattered spine. Anders, just because your hands are numb does not mean that you are not prepared to fight. You gun your engine and take off before anyone can move. You are ahead of the pack. You are soaring free. There is only open road and the sky and infinite freedom before you. You tilt your head back and you know the stars are up there waiting, hidden in the dimness, hidden in the light, proud of you, smiling as you move yourself forward. You all take off. You move down at Galgenbeck. The streets rise before you as you move. This trade route is going outside of the main area. You see that people are standing out to watch. Word has spread within these streets, and people are cheering for the Tar Queen. Methuseleh, Methuseleh. And indeed, Methuseleh pulls even with Sorceress and Pardon and gives you all a snarly little nod as she tries to gun it, each of you moving forward and back and forward and back again. Viola has not even started her motorcycle. She smiles as she watches you all go. Very gently revs the engine and takes off at a respectable 30 miles an hour. Does not seem concerned. Follows behind. You see that Herschel has taken out in front now. Anders, you can hear the purr of the bike behind you. You can smell those tires. You know what you tried to stab last night. And you hear him shout as you moving past the broken teeth of buildings, rotted and gutted, banners with Josilfa's face upon it, screaming prophecies, raining down in runes. And he says, "Have a good drink last night?"
Anders is going to turn and smile and just kind of whoop and throw their other hand up into the sky and not even respond.
It flaps a little bit since you can't quite move it, but you do so. It's the middle finger is felt. The middle finger is here. All right, you move and you realize that. Graventosk. As you gun your engine, you realize that Graventosk looms before you. Monuments, pillars of the dead, reaching up towards the sky like a broken smile, greeting you as you weave through each of the graves in turn. So a couple of things are going to happen as you go. I'm going to need you all very quickly. One, to roll. Tell me what your tactic is very quickly. Before we move forward, tell me what your tactic is in this moment. Here's where it lays as it stands. Anders is in front with Herschel right behind. Sorceress, Pardon, and Methuseleh are all together tied in a 3. Vix is moving with not a little ahead of Delilah and has his coterie beside him. What are you all going to do? And Viola, way back. You can barely see in the distance.
Yeah, my goal immediately is I want to unload some caltrops. Since I'm next to Pardon, I don't have to worry about Pardon, but I think it's just kind of the lay of the land. If you're behind Sorceress, you have to be careful. So hopefully Scrounge and Delilah are able to maneuver that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my tactic, is to unload caltrops.
As you weave through the graves, you know that this tight, narrow space is perfect for dropping these rusted, crafted pinwheels of metal. And you let them go. Can you roll me a 1d10 to see how many you drop for your first go? You have 3 rounds.
8.
You drop 8 caltrops scattered along the ground. I'm going to need a few people to make note, so Scrounge is behind, Delilah is behind, Viola is behind, Dominique is parallel to Scrounge. I'm keeping track of all of it. Yeah, Dominique is kind of shaky on her bike, Scrounge. You do notice that. And you also notice Delilah's stole.
Okay.
So these caltrops are going to drop, and as you ride, because the team knows to be careful around those caltrops, you all are going to be able to reroll. Remember that Scrounge, you also have a reroll, gifted to you by the gods. So I need you all.
I was gonna argue like maybe I, could like duck and weave through to avoid the caltrops, because I'm like, ooh, I'm aware of the shiny things.
I like that. Okay. Yeah, you are you are going to take an alternate route. You turn and you move away from the established path, off-road. Your bike lurches and moves. I'm going to need a toughness check to resist the off-terrain.
Okay, we can do that.
Yeah. And then from Delilah, I'm going to... What is your strategy as you move?
Well, I'm going to slow down given that, like, one, the traps are out, but two, I'm around a bunch of people. So what I'm going to do, also because I do have a meteor attached to my bike. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slow down some of the traps to also kind of almost get, like, behind the group that I'm around. Almost to just try and, like, pluck them off, like, make them either try and actively dodge me so they get into the traps, or else just get hit off their bikes with the meteor hammer.
You take the meteor hammer. You watch a scrounge parts the side. You see Diabolique watch, confused, not sure what's happening. Delilah, you wrap the chain around. It's already connected to the handle, but you are able to maneuver it and manipulate it. You swing the meteor hammer around your head and lash out. You strike like a scorpion to the nearest by you, which in this case is
Easy.
going to be Vix.
Okay.
All right, you strike out towards Vix. I'm going to need 2 rolls from you. One
Okay.
is, and you're behind them actually, so I'm going to see if any of them pick anything up. As they go to dodge this, because they're so focused on you, they're actually going to be rolling with disadvantage on this. Or not rolling with disadvantage, I should say. The difficulty challenge rating has lowered. So Sorceress, I'm going to need you to roll me an agility check for these. The DR has been lowered because Delilah is distracting them. And Delilah, you are behind them, so I'm going to need you to roll me a strength check.
Okay.
That is 11.
Just
Agility.
11? 15? Here's what happens. You watch as Anthella's paramour, their metamorph for now, moves and dodges and weaves. You manage, as you swing, they manage to move out of the way of the caltrops. Caltrops? Traps. They move out of the way of the caltrops as you come swinging in. Their bike moves straight into the path of your meteor hammer, and you smash into that freaking bike. You can hear the grind of metal on metal, the sparks flying in the air as it digs in and dents. Please, 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 roll me your damage for your meteor hammer.
What would I be rolling?
That is going to be, I believe I had said it was a D8.
So, slash roll 1d8.
That's right, my friend. That's right. You swing your hammer above and you hear it whistle in the air.
Only 2.
Honestly, that 2 damage is good. It rips some of the plating off the side of the bike. He doesn't fall off course, but that plating has now allowed that difficulty challenge to lower even further. So whoever strikes him next is going to be able to do it more ably. You watch as that piece of metal rips from the bike when you move your head as you are going so fast, it whizzes by, hitting the ground and bouncing, and you notice Viola just do it out of the way, going slow enough to be able to move aside of anything coming her way. Scrounge, you are going through the graves. I had said an agility check from you.
You got a 14.
We're weaving, we're dodging. You are moving through these graves. You are moving through it like floss through teeth. It is able, it is agile, it is getting out what needs to get out. You crash into someone's urn. Ashes fly everywhere. That's fine. All of our ashes shall be mixed at the end anyway. It all comes down in the stomach to be the same, yes?
Oh, yeah. Who hasn't swallowed a little bit of ash?
Who hasn't been a little bit of ash, bone, and dust at the end? You weave and you dodge and you burst through the other side with this shortcut. You are now going to be with that roll parallel with Sorceress, Pardon, and Methuseleh. Methuseleh is going to pull ahead, using this time to kick off, and you hear a strange purring sound. You notice the bike Sorceress is glowing. A strange pulsing black. Could be anything. And you continue to ride through the gravestones. you hear a scream as you realize the second in command of Anthela's eyes hits into one of the caltrops and is flung from their bike, toppling head over, slamming their head into a gravestone and falling to the ground. The bike sputters out. Gone. One enemy down. We can cross them off the list. All right, we're going to keep it going. Anders, is there anything you want to do as Herschel is behind you?
Just fucking with Herschel, getting as close to him as I can. Just try to freak him out. I'm not trying to kill him.
Yeah, you're playing a game of chicken with Herschel. You continue to sweep through, and as you do, Delilah, Anders, you notice the familiar bridge to Grift. You can see Grift, the beautiful kingdom on a hill, winding its way up and up and up. The bridge is over the rough waters that mark its way through the continent. You're home, baby. And as you do, you hear Herschel laugh. You wind your way up, and you're crossing over the bridge. As you cross over the bridge, I will ask for a... Okay. As you cross over the bridge, each of your hair billowing in the wind, Methuseleh pulling ahead. Grounge, you hear a rev from beside you, and you realize Vix is right next to you. And they move to the side, and then they try and ram you off the bridge. They're going to try and ram into you.
Okay. Well, in response to that, I have a crowbar that I keep just right on, like mounted within grasp.
Yeah. Crowbar, baby, crowbar.
Yeah, so...
Before you do that, we do need to have a reaction. So,
Okay.
Can you please roll me a toughness check?
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Shit. It's dark over here. 17.
17. The bike slams into yours, but your crow, your flying god beneath you, the thing that you have put time and love and work into, doesn't budge. You feel it slam in. This frilly little thing beside you, this small slip of a bike stands no chance. You take out your crowbar. What the fuck are you gonna do?
Oh, I'm going to brain Vix. 100%.
Vix!
I am going, like, I am astride wingspan, just completely in tune in my element. And I just take the crowbar and, like, position it so it's, like, claw down and just, like, ugh.
You take it so it's claw side down. I am going to need a strength check from you personally. Not your bike. You.
From me.
From
All right.
you. That is your weapon.
Okay. Hold on. Oh shit! I went to Path Builder. Fuck! What did I roll?
What did you roll?
You rolled an 18.
Shh! Fuck yeah!
You take it. Vix looks up, paralyzed. This is not a fighter. This is a poet. And you take it, sink that claw into pretty them skull. Roll me damage, baby.
All right. Oh fuck! Damage for the crossbow is a D8, so that is going to be a 4. 4 damage.
All right. 4 damage. You see it. Are you gonna try and take it out?
Yeah, I want to try to take it out.
All right. You pull it. You slam it in, and as you do, you hear a thud, a sickening thud, and you feel the give. And you see Vic sway for a moment, eyes wide, as they begin to slump as you have killed them, and they begin to fall off the side of the bike. As they do, you feel the pull. The crossbow's coming with it. Agility. You better hold the fuck onto that. That's your weapon. Don't lose that.
Yeah. Do you want... Okay, so agility me or my bike?
What do you do? This is all your hands. The bike is for the bike stuff.
16.
Ooh, you manage to pull it out of the head, like a nice old pumpkin.
Mm-hmm.
As it turns back into your head, a little colorful now. And you notice, as you do, Vix's body kind of follows and slumps, and you see the glint of the 3 gems embedded in their face.
I turn, like, as I, like, remount the crowbar, I turn ahead, rev my engine a little bit, and just go, shiny. And just keep on trucking.
The bike, he wavers on the bike, or they waver, excuse me, on the bike, and you watch as they topple into the sea. But as they do, the bike spins. I apologize, I didn't ask you to roll this earlier. We do need to roll for initiative because I am, what, a fool?
There you go.
Yeah, so I have forgotten in my rush to finish at 10:45. Will we? Who knows? It's Mork Borg. God help me, I better. Alright, so here's what you're all going to do. I want you all to roll me a d6.
Okay.
And then it's going to be plus your agility.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, add your agility to the d6.
Wait, so it would be like...
You can do your bike's
7.
agility.
Okay.
This is your bike's agility, specifically. This is a
Roll
bike race.
7.
Ooh, a 7!
5.
Alright, we have a 7 for Scrounge. Wrote 70, that's not right. 7 for Scrounge! We have a 5 for Sorceress. Ander? 6!
Ooh, let's
Damn!
go.
6 for Anders. And then, what did you roll, Delilah?
5.
A 5. Congratulations, folks. You are all going before all of the villains. So, you managed to dig this thing into their heads ground. Just works out anyway. Ander, you hear the thud of something behind you, and you hear the sound of a scream cut off. However, you are going over the bridge with Herschel. And that's when you see something out of the corner of your eye. You turn and you realize he has some kind of hook that he is trying to jam beneath your back wheel. What the fuck are you gonna do about it?
I would like to try and... I'm assuming there's some kind of debris or something that I can do this with. I would like to launch my harpoon and try to use the momentum of it to swing myself around away from him so that I am perpendicular with him, and then try to gun it and crash into him.
So let me get this straight. You have your harpoon. Can you repeat that one more time for me?
I want to launch it and try to I want to launch it into something and then use it to kind of pull myself forward while I turn my bike.
You are on a bridge going over open water right now.
Ooh, okay. I'm just gonna hit him. I'm just gonna wreck my bike to the side.
No. I think this is sick. So here's what I'm gonna do. How about instead of shooting the harpoon, you jam it into the gun and the ground and use it to turn yourself around to delay it? Because I want this to happen, but I think I don't want to get... Yeah, you jam into the ground to turn yourself. I am going to need a few things from you for that to happen.
Let's go.
All right, I am gonna need a strength check from you to put that harpoon in the fucking ground.
Okay. That is going to be a... Oh my god, my character sheet won't load. I think my strength is plus minus 0, so 11.
You jam it into the ground. It's a soft, rotten bridge. You can smell the molten spores releasing, and it smells like death in the air as you turn and spin your bike around as you go parallel with Herschel. What the fuck would you like to do about it?
I want to just try to push him off the bridge.
You're gonna ram right into him using the...
Yeah.
You use the harpoon to spin yourself around. Are you just jamming into him front into the side of the bike? Or are you trying to ram parallel?
I'm going to cut around now that my wheel's away from him. I'm going to cut around and try to hit him on the
All right, baby. Give me a toughness check.
For the bike?
For the bike.
16.
You ram into Herschel's bike. And as you do, you look over. And you remember how strong that bike is. That toughness, you remember, might not be the way for this to go. And yes, Herschel does wobble, and he hits into the side of the bridge, and you watch as the bike maintains its speed as he launches off the side of the bridge, hits the water, and keeps going. He flips you off as he goes. Call me Jesus, motherfucker! As he guns it and shoots ahead.
Would I have been close enough to bite him?
No, he's in the water. You can bite the air.
That's fine. That's fine. I want to take a chunk out of him. That's so fucking sick. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I built these pretty hardy for you guys. It's a puzzle. I need you to roll me a toughness check, you personally, as you hit Grift.
Ooh, that is going to be a. I don't know why my character sheet won't load, but that is going to be toughness. I think is -2, so a 6.
You realize now your arms are numb up to your elbow.
Oh fuck yeah! Let's fucking go!
Blaze the You drink the wine, you pay the consequences.
Hell yeah!
Never drink. No drink water. Don't drink
Don't do
water.
it.
Just say no.
Drink the poison. Drink the poison.
Don't drink
Shoot down.
water, only eat cigarettes. We learned
Yes.
this.
Anders, you shoot down across the bridge. Sorceress! Pardon has lit a cigarette now. He's kicking back, flicks it over to you.
I catch it. I stub it out on my tongue and then I eat it.
Hell yeah. Eat that. You're a fire eater, and she knows it. So, as you go, you realize that behind you, you see. No, because Scrounge has gone ahead of you a little bit.
Yeah.
So you are behind the bike. You are behind the bike. Pardon is behind the bike. I think that's everybody behind the bike, right? And Dominique is behind. Diabolique. Why did I come up with this name? Diabolique is behind the bike. You all watch as the crowbar enters their skull. As they sag and fall to the ground with a thud, slipping into the water like a rag doll, as their bike sputters and begins to spin out of control on the bridge, coming straight to you. What the fuck are you gonna do about it?
Could I somehow wait, or is it possible that Anders gets ahead of me? I think I'm gonna stall to get. I as soon as I eat the cigarette, I look at Pardon and I like smile really like demented, and then I like start to slow down so that I can start to prepare a special concoction. But I want to. Is it possible that Anders gets ahead?
Anders is in front.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So I'm the only one here. Okay. How many people are behind me?
You have a few people. One, two,
Okay.
I think
if it's a
five.
considerable group, then
People.
yeah. Almost like just pulling a lever to my side. I think like in immediately like a swamp, like sulfur kind of smell unleashes, and I'm sure it wafts miles, waves, and everyone within the angels knows that I have unleashed years of collected corpse tar and like disgusting carcasses, and I lift the lever and like a geyser of hot boiling black tar unleashes behind my bike.
Pardon cackles in front as she speeds away as you slow down. Viola looks over and slows down in response, almost to a stop behind the tar pit. I'm going to need from Delilah, because Delilah, you are behind the tar pit.
Yes.
You are going to have to roll me an agility or a toughness.
I have better chances with agility.
All right, do it up, baby.
15.
You manage to move your bike around to the side. You are honestly so close to the side. It gets very far back, but not entirely spread out because of the geyser-like quality of it. It kind of like hops, skips, and jumps. So you manage to steer your bike out of the way ably, almost leaning to the side. You can see your own reflection in the water as you do. You give yourself a wink. You look fantastic. You jerk your bike back up just in time to see Pardon approaching the fallen bike head on. You watch as and as you know, the Viper strikes hard when she does. She takes what appears to be a javelin or a glaive from behind her bike. It stands up on the bike, braces herself on the seat, and uses the javelin, pushes it into the wheel of the bike, and uses it to launch the other bike up into the air. You watch as the bike topples and spins above you. You hear the gunning of the motor, the drips of oil from it, the blood that lines the seat as you hear it fall behind you. She bends almost doubly backwards in half, and as she does, she looks over at Delilah and gives her a little wink and spins it up, comes to the top, and keeps on driving as she pulls ahead, parallel now to Scrounge.
Mommy. I'm
Is
sorry.
there anyone else around me?
Respectfully, Mommy, Dominique is around you.
Dominique. No
Dominique
one
and
else?
Viola is a little behind you. Dominique is going to stop, get off the bike, and walk it. So if you just keep going, you will leave her in the dust.
I'm just going to speed up. I'm not even going to... Oh wait, she got off her bike, like her bike dead?
She's walking the bike. She's like, I can't maneuver around this by myself. I need to get off the bike and walk it so I can get around this tar pit without driving through it.
Okay. This is like... I feel pity.
Honestly.
I'm nice, so you know what? If I can, I'm going to try to just yank her onto my bike.
You speed by, and as you lean to go over, you look over and notice she has started to get off her bike with a sigh. You see the stole fluttering in the wind behind you. And as you turn, you grab the stole firmly by around the collar, and with a yank, she is pulled off of her feet with the propulsion of it. I'm going to need an agility roll from you to make sure, or strength or agility. I'll let you pick.
I'm going to do strength and then watch me
Oh.
like mess it up.
Okay, I love this.
18.
18. All right. You pull her on top of the bike with you ably. She slams into the back and grabs onto you. She's screaming. She is just screaming, full-throated screaming. She's terrified.
Calm
Don't kill
down,
me! Don't kill me! Don't kill me!
I'm
Don't
not
kill
gonna
me!
kill you. My hands are delicate. Shut up.
And you keep on riding. She continues to scream. Why did you help me?
You're gonna die.
Fair. That's the conversation as the bike rolls on with you two upon it.
Hey, do you want some damage, by the way, for the tar?
Right.
Because I just rolled a 12.
I do, actually. As this is happening, there are 3 other bikers who are going to ride up straight into the tar, thinking their bikes are going to be able to get around it. Is this damage? This is damage, right?
Yeah.
And as they hit into it, the tar splashes up into their face. They begin to howl and scream and flail off of their bike, falling into the tar. And as they begin to roll in it, they trying desperately. Some of them fling themselves off the side of the bridge. Some of them trying to just move any way they can, convulsing. You have killed 3 people at the same time.
Holy shit.
The pacifist and the
Genocide route,
in the game. This is exactly.
Yeah, you just wrecked 3 people. All right. And you keep on going. That was Sorceress. Delilah, you have dodged. You have this person on. What would you like to do?
Who's around me right now?
There's someone at your back. As you move through, Viola is getting even more distance behind you, just farther and farther back. It's normal for a race, right?
No, not really, but
No.
I
you
have...
concerned?
I'm
Are you concerned?
somewhat concerned just because you're keeping behind the rest of the pack for a reason.
All right. You are currently at pace with Sorceress, who has fallen back purposefully to spread the tar. You are now pacing with her. There's no one else. You may fucking gun it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go.
You want to party with Sorceress? Yeah, Sorceress took out all the people that you were gonna fight.
Don't even
Fucking
need your
nip.
hammer now.
Nice
Just-
dodging.
Thank you. So what do I roll?
You are going to roll a agility to see if you are going to speed the frick
Mm,
up and further
Nah,
up.
5.
Continue to speed a pace. You don't slow down, but you don't quite manage to gun it enough. The bike's a little heavier with 2 people on it. You feel them shaking behind you. Sorceress, you know there's a second person on this bike. 46. God damn it.
I made a friend.
Go off, whatever, and then just gun.
Folks, we started a little late. Are we okay to go a little longer? I'm gonna
Yeah, of
skip
course.
straight to it. Folks, I hope you pardon me at home. Verhu has called and he demands my presence, so we unfortunately must speed this little caper up. You all continue to push and move and ride through Grift. The streets completely empty. There is no sign of anyone. Things have been left as if people have disappeared in a hurry, but you don't have time to dwell on it or think about it. Anders, you recognize exactly what is happening here. Delilah, you know exactly where these people have gone. And you feel as you ride through these streets, the ones that you walk day in and day out, you understand that you are the stronger. You understand that you are the survivor and that you are out in the world pushing forward. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about everybody hiding while you ride these streets in the bright daylight?
Honestly, Anders is ready to move past it. Anders is just roaring and screaming, almost demented, shrieking, because they feel so energized leaving this town and knowing that they're riding toward glory and seeing what they got to leave behind.
Perfect. So as you move through the streets, you know perfectly well, better than your own, you feel victory. I'm going to move us along very quickly before we hop back to the top of the order. First round, you move through Grift, over the bridge and over the hills. You pass Schleswig, which is another large area, a large city filled with people. You move through the Valley of the Unfortunate Dead, where you got your goddamn weed from. And as you do, you realize, as you see the peaks of the Bergen Crypts before you, this mountainous range filled with things, Viola is nowhere to be seen. Ground, as you drive and you move, you realize there is a sound coming from next to you. You turn your head and you realize with a start Methuseleh is next to you. She is cackling. She has let her white hair fly back. She is thrilled. She's happy. She barely notices you're here. She's actually smoking what appears to be a long pipe, and she lets the smoke out, and she grins. Isn't it a beautiful day for a ride?
Oh my god, all of my cleverness out of character just left my head and left my body, and I think all I can think of right now is actually just not even, you know what, fuck. Scrounge doesn't even respond. This is where they thrive. They don't have time for quips or conversations on the road. What they do instead is activate their bike power.
We're getting a bike power!
Which is Foul Psychopomp. And I... What?
You're doing it in the graveyard!
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
Wake
the
up
fuck I
dead.
am. And
bike- One use. Hit me, baby.
so I have to roll a d6.
That's right.
And I either summon skeletons or zombies. So
So
I'm summoning I'm summoning skeletons. And I'm summoning... Oh. Fuck it. I'm just going to roll this d8. And, well, wow, that was the d8 I pulled anyway. Here's the d4. Shut the fuck up. I'm summoning 4 skeletons.
That's
From...
sick as fuck.
Yes. Yeah. Scrounge is just gonna not even, like, acknowledge what Methuseleh says. I think it's fitting, though, because Methuseleh is the oldest woman, and, you know, she's gonna belong with these skeletons soon enough anyway, so.
Dude!
Hold on.
Oh.
You, like,
You cut out.
yeah.
No, not me. Certainly not me. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yay, I said, oh no. Certainly not. She's only 62. Besides, we're all going to be skeletons soon anyway. It's the end of the world.
That's true.
I'm going to need you to roll me a presence DR12.
Okay. Actually, hold on.
Test presence for me, baby.
Huh?
Test presence for me. DR12.
Okay. So I will let you know that I have all my presence and agility techs have their DR reduced by 2. I forgot to mention about that.
Okay, so you're DR10.
Yeah. 14.
Oh my god, yeah, you cast it no fucking problem. Do you want to describe what happens?
Yeah, I think Scrounge is just so focused on the road ahead and like not even, I mean, just really, it just so happens that it's Methuselah here. It just so happens that, just the coincidence is just so good. But what Scrounge does instead is you don't really notice what's happening unless you're like paying like very minute close attention to them, but they like lift up their hands off of the like the handles and then make like this kind of movement just to summon them, summon all of the skeletons up from the ground. And really what you see is less so like bursts of like suddenly skeleton, but it's like what happens instead is like the arms of the skeletons actually reach up and try to grab at the bikes themselves to like halt them or like pull them in their place. Yeah. So it's like that.
Sick. So you're going for Methuselah's bike?
I'm aiming for Methuselah's bike, but if anybody else happens to be in the way, I mean, that's fine. It's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Sacrifice I'm willing to make. Methuselah is there. We also have Lorelai's dead. Vix is dead. You've just taken out all eternal promises of Hungry Splendor. Is anyone gonna die in this game? We have Viola. Tar Queen is not here. Hershel's missing. Hershel's in first place. Yeah, it's just Methuselah and some of the other members of Anthella's Eyes are around. So we have some other members who are around. The others who you killed were from Split Tooth. So you see there's maybe around 6 bikes parallel trying to come up to yours. They're all trying to weave in and out of each other, trying to one-up each other, trying to get ahead. There's a whole battle happening behind you. And as they're focused on each other, these hands rise up and grab onto the bikes. And you watch as these bikes suddenly stop, as this pileup happens with screams, as hands rend flesh, as it drags it down into the earth. You watch as skulls split and arms are ripped apart, beautiful viscera arcing through the air in an effervescent rainbow. You notice as well that Methuselah is laughing. Remind me of someone. You watch as a zombie reaches up to grab at her bike, and as it does, it goes straight through her. She winks.
What?
Speaks in Viola's voice. Clarity. The image disappears, and you are alone on the road.
I'm thrown off the road?
You're alone. You're not thrown.
Oh.
You're
Oh,
alone.
okay.
What?
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 What? What? What?
Excuse me. Like to
I love-
run that one by me again.
And then you hear a roar from behind you. And Methuselah comes up behind you. Nice day for a drive, isn't it?
What the fuck? It's Groundhog Day.
It's Methuselah Day. She smiles. Did you think you were looking for someone else? and she guns the bike and speeds on. Scrounge, there's some kind of power happening here. Whatever they were doing, they were ready. They were ready to play mind games. Scrounge, do you feel that was fair?
You know what? Yeah, that was fair. I would say that was fair. Everything's fair on the road.
Everything fair on the road. Wiser words have never been spoken. You and Methuselah continue to be neck and neck, her laughter in your ear as you continue to ride, that mad, wild, high-pitched cackle of a laugh echoing through the Bergen Crypt hills. Anders, you see Herschel slightly ahead of you. He is gunning it. He is trying to get ahead and stay ahead as the Bergen Crypts rise up before you. You hear the sound of groaning, the sound of laughing behind you, and then it's just silence and the roar in the road. What are you going to do? You're no longer in first.
Is it a bit of a straight shot? Are we on like a straight stretch right now?
You are on a straight stretch through the road, but you are going to hit a turn soon that's going to take you up the Bergen Crypts.
A little bit before the turn, I would like to use my bike's power, which is a scroll called, I want to get it correct, it is a scroll called False Dawn Knight's Chariot, one of the two, and I get to cast Complete Darkness for 3d10, I believe I get to roll for 3d10 minutes.
Okay.
And your expression is making me hesitate on this fleet, but I'm gonna fucking do it. I would like to cast that.
Is this uncommon or sacred?
This is a sacred scroll.
Light or pitch black? Roll me a presence check. DR 12.
Amber reminded me all of my my presence checks are reduced by 2, and all of my regular tests are 10.
I love the doctor. Kinda shitty for most things, but really good at what they know.
But I don't know that it matters because that was a 1. So.
You laugh. You have the power of darkness and the stars on your side. And as you begin to cast a spell. How do you cast a spell from your bike? How do you make this power happen?
I look down and the script appears on the front of my bike, sort of where my chest would be, and it starts to glow, and I read directly. I'm not looking at the road.
Roll me a d20. You feel this power well up inside of you and then explode within you. And
13.
13? You feel your eyes shutter closed as you pass out.
Hell yes! Yes!
You pass out on the road, and you fall off your bike.
Which is still accelerating because I tied that shit down.
It is still accelerating. And as you go down, I'm going to need you to roll me
Oh no.
1 strength check.
For myself? Or for the
For
bike?
yourself. For yourself. I never roll for yourself.
That's a 20. I don't know where that was last roll, but...
As you pass out, the bike does not run you over. It slams away as you hit your head and fall completely unconscious.
With or without the bike? The bike keeps going?
The bike keeps going.
Okay.
And it slams into the side of the Bergen Crypt as you lay on the ground, passed out.
Hell yeah. Middle of the road?
Middle of the road. And you all
Fuck
watch
yeah.
as Herschel stops his bike.
Oh no.
Reverse it.
Oh no. No.
Dominique Diabolique passes out behind you and slumps over as you ride the bike and begin to see what happens.
I'm going to try and keep her arms wrapped around me. Wait, so I can see what's happening with Anders and Herschel.
Happening. You can all see what's happening, and you are too far away. They've been in front this whole time. The bike backs up and backs up and backs up. I'm going to need you to roll me a d12, Anders.
so fucking excited. A 10.
You take 10 damage.
Anders just splatters in half as Herschel drives over them, and there's this very satisfying squelch. And if you're listening hard enough, you can almost hear them laughing because there's nothing more glorious to them than dying.
Dominique begins laughing behind you.
Excuse me,
And
bitch?
you don't feel any pain. Dominique opens her eyes to see a wheel crush her head as you switch bodies with her.
What? What?
You realize you are riding behind Delilah, holding onto her with delicate little hands.
What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going
As you watch your body sever in half before you.
on?
I'm Christian now. We're not doing. I'm done with the.
Because
Which god do I have to convert over to?
to understand anything.
you rolled a 13. And there's an alternative chart on page 44 for what happens if you fail your presence check and you switch bodies with the person nearest to you. That is what you rolled for this. You saved your own fucking life, but you now are in Diabolique's body.
Oh my god, this is fucking amazing.
I love this game.
This
I love
is so
this.
rad.
I'm just gonna look around, just like not understanding what the fuck just happened. Like, why the fuck are you laughing? Were you
Fuck if I
asleep?
know. Delilah, what is happening? Am I in my voice or am I in?
Yeah. Wait.
You're in her body. You're in her voice. Although we should change their pronouns now because you are now in their body. So yeah, you have their voice. You have everything. You have your memories though, not theirs. So you now have a new body. Congrats.
I would just tell Delilah, I don't know what happened, but this is Anders. Let's keep fucking going.
Excuse me?
We don't have time for this shit. We don't have time for this shit. Get me closer to Herschel. Get me close to him.
Can I? I'm not going to do good on this agility check. Can I try to roll agility?
So we have done Scrouge, we've done Anders. We are on Sorceress, and then Delilah, you can do that. Sorceress, you watch your comrade chopped in half.
No more angels, Anders. All right, let's go. Like she's like just purely.
No new
whatever.
angels. We made a foul.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I want to see. Is there any sign of Viola? Because we are at the Bergen Crypt.
Viola's not there. Where are you looking?
There wasn't anything in particular that we even agreed about when we said to meet up again.
You're approaching the Bergen Crypt. You're not inside yet. You're
Oh,
still
gotcha.
Yeah, we're going through the order. You're still going through the Valley of the Unfortunate Undead.
Right, got it. Then
But honestly, eating the shit out of people. There's like someone's fully deep throating a femur.
good for you.
If you got it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to gut it to the Bergen Crypt. In my mind, it's like the fastest I get there before anyone else, and I have a moment to stop to see Viola, then that's sort of her mindset. But if I don't see her while we're in there within like less than 3 seconds, then I am just gonna keep going. So I'm gonna try to just speed up real fast to get to the crypt.
Shadow over you. And as you do, you look up and realize there's someone above you, riding their bike through the air. And you see that there are 2 bat wings flapping on the back of Viola's bike as she calmly guns it, looks down at you, looks back to the Bergen Crypt and soars. Straight in. Quiet. No sound. Avoiding everything.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, she's just like she smiles and just like kind of laughs to herself and guns it.
You gun it, you go into the Bergen Crypt. As you go up into the Bergen Crypt, we are gonna cut to that in a moment. Actually, no. The bike lands, and she's going to turn to you. Was there actually a plan for when we got here?
No. The plan so far as I understand, is, well, truthfully, honestly, everyone is dead, but Herschel is a problem now. So
You two actually don't need to stop, and you realize
Cool.
you need to speak. She's in your mind.
oh.
Looking at you.
Does she see images at all, or are we speaking through?
You're just using words. You don't.
Okay.
Yeah, vision would make it hard to drive.
Got it. I'm like so interested in like adjusting to everything very giddily. I reiterate, Herschel's the problem. If you want to see fire now, and you help get rid of Herschel, then I'll give you the fire right now.
Okay.
And then I get close to her, like even though we're like still riding, and I take out that little vial and I'm gonna give her Ferner's filter. It is a translucent oil. It looks like a little eye drop, and I kind of mimic like put it in your eye. It is a translucent oil. It heals infections and gives +2 on presence tests for D4 hours.
Okay. She's going to nod. She does so. I have a thing about eyes, so I'm not going to describe it, but she
Word.
pops that bad boy in. It's like putting on contacts. And she is going to nod, and when she blinks again, that white has turned into an embery blaze. She gives a nod. Fire feels good.
I've eaten enough cigarettes that I agree.
Why do you do that?
What do you think the inside of my body is?
You know what? I'm so sorry I asked anything. And she tries to feel.
Yep.
No,
And we just-
there's some things man isn't meant to know, and it's that.
Yep.
Now I want to know, like, what is the inside of your body? It's just talk. It's just boiling.
It's kind of like the train engine that you feed charcoal to.
I was thinking it's like the La Brea tar pit. Like it's primordial.
Yep.
All right, you speed along. And as we do that, you've now gained an ally and given them assistance. They have a mission to go after Herschel. Delilah, Anders says, take me closer to Herschel. Delilah, what the fuck are you gonna do? Your new friend, gone.
Yeah,
Your new friend's fucking gone.
I'm gonna start screaming out in like just agony. Just not only is like my new friend gone, that like was getting like fucked over by this guy, but technically you ran over my friend's body and some weird voodoo shit happened, and now you're in this girl's body. It's a lot. It's a lot to process right now. But I'm gonna speed up, and while I'm speeding up, I'm just gonna try and like unfurl my my meteor hammer right now.
You unfurl that meteor hammer and you swing it around. You going for Herschel?
Yes, I am.
All right, roll me, baby.
What am I rolling?
You are going to roll a strength. Also 10 minutes, you guys, and we are done. I'm
13.
doing so many parts of this adventure and only doing the coolest shit.
Hell yeah.
13. You
Yes.
swing it wide because you have lowered the DR from last time when you took a chunk. Oh, not Herschel's back. This was Bex. You swing
He's
and
dead.
he's dead. So you are not close enough. You have to gun it first. So as you swing it up, I'm gonna have this happen at the same time. Can you please roll me to accelerate for your bike?
Agility.
That's agility, baby.
Okay, let's hope. Still 5. I'm stuck at 5.
You can't quite make it forward enough, and it doesn't quite reach far enough. Like, I don't think either roll was quite enough as it was, and he just kind of swings out of the way and guns away, laughing, not realizing he has killed his current girlfriend.
As he does that, I'm going to just yell that at him.
I think he looks
Yeah.
back at Anders, doesn't believe you. Alright.
I can. I do have a spell on me, or like an ability on me, I believe.
Power. What's the power?
I have the Enochian syntax.
Yes, you do.
It is
Yes, you fucking do have Enochian syntax. Go ahead, roll presence.
That's presence.
That's presence just to cast it, or else then you might end up like Andarique over here.
Oh, okay. Uh-oh.
It's above 12?
Oh, fuck.
What is it?
That is fuck. That was a high. Oh.
What just happened?
4.
Roll. You try and cast this out. I'm
it
gonna
now.
I'm going to need you to roll me a d20. You feel the power ricochet back inside of you. Y'all, you switch bodies again. I'm gonna lose my mind.
This is. We're having fun tonight. So roll 1d20, any modifier?
No modifier, just a straight d20.
Okay. 9. Fuck. It's not my night. Not my night.
All right, the sky begins to warp above you. The
Oh.
stars begin to spin like wheels. It's beautiful. You suddenly feel yourself propelled forward and you vanish. Anders, you are alone on the bike. Delilah, you wake up throwing up. You are laying on the road. You can smell rotten bodies, maybe a day old, behind you. They have
fuck.
freshly eaten.
Where the fuck
You
am
look
I?
over and you see Anders' rotting body.
Is this bike still around?
Their bike is still around.
Can I nab that bike?
Nab that bike.
I miss my pink bike.
You cry as you begin to try and catch up. You don't hear anything. It is dead quiet. There's no sound of bikes, no nothing. Ander, you are currently alone on the bike. There is no one driving the pink bike. What are you going to do?
Don't
There's
chip my paint.
A complete disregard for maintaining the quality and beauty of the bike. Anders jumps up, grabs the handles. I don't know what the range on this is, but I also have Enochian syntax as my
Nice.
If you try to cast a no give syntax again, you have
I
no poison
am.
on you. Your hands work. Roll me a presence check, beautiful.
This is -2 for presence
You can,
checks for me.
yeah, you can keep all your stuff.
And that's a 20.
Oh, you cast it! You did it! You
I
cast
did do
it.
it.
What does it look like? What does it feel like?
I
You
am
don't have time.
going.
What do you do?
I tell him, and I try to make it sound like my own voice. Whoever's not an angel, take them out of the race.
Holy
Oh.
shit. Yeah.
Oh.
His eyes are black. Stars appearing in them like small starbursts. He guns it and zooms forward, intent. He's gonna take every fucking angel out.
No, I said
Wait,
whoever
no,
is not an angel. Not
God
an angel.
Damn, bro! Alright, yeah, he's gonna go take everyone who's not an angel out. And he flies after Methuselah. Alright, folks. We're gonna skip ahead and skip ahead and skip ahead, because I don't have time. I have work tomorrow, folks.
Yeah.
I didn't do well, so we're gonna go straight to the motherfucking ending. Alright, you ride up. Galgabek is in the distance. You have fully circled Tveland. Things happened. It was incredible. There was a dragon. You rode up the basilisk's head. It was incredible. Tragically, didn't get to that, but that was cool. You are all neck and neck. We're making it happen. You're all neck and neck.
Did I make it
Methuselah.
back?
It's going straight for Methuselah. Pardon is right next to him, trying to catch up. Ground, you are ahead. Delilah, you arrive at Galgenbeck and no one's there. You find Pardon's body on the ground.
Oh.
It's a day old.
Why is this my life?
We're gonna get to you at the
Ready
ending.
for this.
Unfortunately, we are going to fade away. You have teleported into the future. You are a day in the future. I'm sorry. I don't make these rules. This is what you all right. You're all neck and neck and neck. Ground. Methuselah's next to you. Hershel's trying to go for Methuselah. What are you gonna do?
Fuck Herschel. I have a bear trap. I have a bear trap that like usually it's not part of my bike per se, but it is one of the things that I have in my pack just for moments like this. And it is always ready to spring closed. I think I want to try to sidle up to Herschel and bear trap his face.
You slide up to the side of Herschel. You bear trap his face. Roll me a strength.
Yes. That would just be my strength, right?
Is this a bike weapon or is this?
It's my weapon.
It's your weapon. Then yeah, it's gonna be your strength or
Okay.
your agility. I leave it up to you.
Well, does a 12?
No. So try again with agility.
Okay, great.
Agility.
I also get a reroll because I was given an angel
You
point.
too. You may re-roll.
Okay, fuck it. Okay, there we go. With agility, it's a 21.
Yeah, you slam your arm out. You snap the bear trap into him. It closes into his face, and he lets out a scream. Roll me damage.
Yeah, absolutely. As I do that, I'm just like, I'm the only bird of prey around here. Oh, only 1 damage? Aw, man, fuck you.
Scrapes his face,
The
and
dice
he
giveth and
looks
taketh.
over, and there's something strange about his eyes. As he just kind of turns away from you and guns it, and his toupee flies off. Beautiful head. It's shiny. Shiny things. Shiny things. We're getting there. We're getting there, folks. Hold on.
Yeah, no
Okay.
worries. I'm just like,
Okay. Fantastic. Yeah, it's a interesting game. You all spiral in and spiral out, weaving in and out of each other. Ground, you try and use the bear trap. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite land. And as it does, you all watch, as Pardon zooms up behind him. This is how you do it. She yells out to you, and she is going to pick up a booted heel and try and kick him in the face.
Girl boss. Girl boss.
You watch as he spirals backwards. And then you all watch as Methuselah eases her bike back and takes out a scimitar as Pardon's back is turned. Anders, you are behind everyone. You see the scimitar raised. What are you going to do?
I am going to look at my body and realize it's not mine. I'm not one of the angels, and I'm going to gun it and head toward Methuselah and try to take her out. Make sure that she doesn't kill Pardon.
Don't hurt my pink rim.
No regard for the pink bike. No regard. I would like to actually rev and try to jump and land on top of Methuselah.
Oh my god, okay. Okay. That's going to be agility as fuck. Go, go, go. We're
That
racing
is
to the end.
a 16.
16. You rev the bike. It ramps up. You watch as not Anders flies up into the air and lands the bike on top of Methuselah. You rev and grind and grind and grind Methuselah down to dust.
I'm locking my sights on Violet, Methuselah's
Viola?
kid.
Yeah,
I'm
Violet-
locking eyes on that to aim.
Viola's right next to you, or not next to you, but she's kind of like around.
Just
She's going to she's weaving in and out. She doesn't seem to have made a move yet, but she's noticing like Herschel's still in, Methuselah's dead. Okay, you see calculation. Herschel is still left. Sorceress, is there anything you would like to do? You are racing to the finish line.
Yeah, I mean, I have to do something about Herschel. We're working on this together now. What the fuck do I have? Where is Herschel in proximity to me?
Herschel is next to Scrounge. So you are maybe one over from Scrounge, so you would have to like dip around and come up the other side.
Okay. There's one fun potion that I have that I would love to somehow incorporate. It is the Southern Frog Stew, which makes someone vomit for D4 hours, and then they have to pass a DR14 test, or they can do nothing else. So I want to see if I can attempt to just basically like, just like get it in his mouth. Yeah.
Get the frogs in the mouth. Get the frogs in the mouth. Get the southern
honestly,
frogs in the northern
it's
mouth.
just a little like vial of like frozen frogs that like just kind of reanimate as soon as they're inside of someone's mouth. Okay, well, that is a 12.
Oh, you make it by a hair. You cast this and you watch it as he begins to gag. A ribbit comes out as the first frog begins to be vomited out. He skids to a stop to the side of the road and falls to the ground. The way is clear.
Gunnin.
There's no one around. It's just the end in sight. Do y'all go in? You're gonna survive.
Go for it.
That is until a second power unleashes. You hear a gentle song from Violet's. I am going to need all of you to roll me presence checks.
Okay.
As you see the finish line in sight. Delilah, you do not have to roll this.
Okay. Wait, I'm like still 2 days
You're
back.
out, like, where did everybody go? You're a day ahead.
Wait, I'm a day
Time.
ahead?
Oh, you time traveled.
Oh!
You are a day ahead. I'm trying to just get people caught up to you.
Is it possible for me in this moment? Nah, never mind. I got another 12.
You got another 12?
16
I got
for
a 5.
Anders.
5. Anders, 5. 16.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have you re-roll that, Anders. With my god point.
Hell yeah! Oh, that's a 0!
You hear a voice in all of your heads. Sorceress, you hear a, I'm sorry. I need to see the void. As you all feel your throat begin to constrict. Air is cut off. Sorceress, you begin to push through it. You can breathe again. You gasp and you cross the finish line. And stop! You won. You did it. You made it. And you turn. Pardon, Scrounge, and Anders are all on the ground choking. Just choking. They can't breathe. They're writhing. You rush over. There's nothing you can do to stop them. You won. This should be over. Who's your favorite? As they lay there and die.
Out of Pardon, Scrounge, and Anders?
Yeah.
It's Pardon.
But you don't even know that Anders is Anders.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just Diabolique is dying.
Again.
Wait. Fleet?
Mm-hmm.
I have a power called
Okay.
Dodging Death. You
Okay.
you are so unpleasant, irrelevant, disgusting, and vile. Even death would rather avoid you if it can. On death, if there's even the slightest possibility that you survive, there's a 50% chance that you did.
I'm gonna need you to flip a coin.
Oh.
Are you gonna live?
Oh my god, I just had my inspiration token. Where the fuck did it go? Don't mind my sweatpants. I'm not wearing sweatpants.
You're so hardcore! Heavy metal sweatpants!
Okay, fuck it. If I evens I live, odds I don't. Let's go! Oh, yes! That's a 2.
Anders, I would be pissed at you for what you did with my bike if you weren't dying.
You manage to, you gasp and sit up with a start. You have lived. Anders, you look up at the sky. As you're suffocating, it's daytime, but you swear you see stars. And you close your eyes and die. Pardon looks up, gasping for breath, Sorceress. And she's going to reach up and touch you on the head like she did when she first found you. She's going to choke. And she's going to smile. And she's going to clasp your hand and push her lighter into yours. Burn it to the ground. And Pardon dies in your arms. You won. You've won. There are 11 months left until the end of the world. Do you fight? And do you keep fighting?
Yeah.
The scene shifts, and we move away to the survivors. Delilah, you are searching for anyone, and you come across Scrounge and Sorceress burying Pardon's body. Or burning Pardon's body. The gold of the hijab reflecting in the light, and you all stand there together.
I know you're really sad about your bike, and it's just kind of.
No.
Pardon wouldn't have wanted this.
She wanted to see the end. It's not fair.
I kind of flip the lighter in my hand and then catch it. I think I took some of Pardon's like teeth or hair just to like put in like a little like
vial.
necklace. I think I'll mix it with like I think as soon as there is any indication that Diabolique was Anders and all this stuff, I take some part of Diabolique's body as well, put it in a little like pouch that I like wear as a necklace. Sorceress, not emotional, not phased necessarily. Looks over to Delilah and Scrounge. Should we still go by the angels, do you think? We're sticking together. And we're gonna keep fighting, yeah?
Of course.
Who's left? What's left?
Nothing. But that doesn't mean that we're not gonna stop to find everything that we can.
Heaven's what we make it.
And as you say that, the camera zooms out. Anders, you shudder awake next to Pardon on a boat out in the middle of the sea. Pardon sits up. What the fuck?
Am I in my body?
You're in your body. You
I
both
just
are
looked down.
entirely.
Oh, thank God.
You're both entirely see-through. Are we ghosts?
I think we get to be fucking ghosts.
Fuck yeah! Let's go haunt the shit out of the angels!
Yes!
And we stand back up into the sky. There is no goodbye forever when the end of the world is the only goodbye. Thank you all so much for sticking around. I know this was a long one. I mistimed the shit out of the RP, as always. Let's go around really quick. I'm just gonna take it out of here. Thank you all so much. Let's hop in. Start with Joe. Do you want to tell us who you are and where to find you?
Yeah, hi everybody. I was Josephine. I was playing Sorceress, your Tar Fox angel. You can find me jamming over at Going Crit RPG, playing Girls Around These Worlds, and also Divine Intervention over at Exquisite Corpse Presents. Doing lots of things, much more things to come. Follow me on Twitter at ScaryDogFriend.
Perfect. Thank you. Let's go to Amber.
Hi everybody, I'm Amber, also known as the Space Jamber on Twitter, Twitch, and TikTok. I have been Scrounge, who is your crow attracted to shiny things, a little bit too attracted. You can find me on Friday in 2 places. First at Weave the Tale at 3 p.m. Eastern, playing Sleep Away, and then second over ongoing Crit RPG in Joe's Call of Cthulhu game, Farewell Yellow House. I can't believe we're halfway through the game already. It's wild. And then on Saturday, you can find me actually on my college friend's Twitch channel, Robin Redunk. We're playing Sexy Battle Wizards on Saturday morning at 11 a.m. for some good old Saturday morning cartoon action. And yeah, we've got some. This was a blast, Fleet. Thank you for everything.
It was truly my honor to try and murder you all. Let's
You
take it
almost
away.
did.
I'm so fucking close. Not your first death tonight. Not tonight in a one shot. We're gonna hop to Mikaela. Tell us who you are and where to find you.
Hello, I am Mikaela Bethune, otherwise known as Cosmic_Dazai on Twitter and Instagram. I mostly do stuff related to World of Darkness. I currently storytell a game that takes place in DC on the X-Row Crow channel on Twitch on Sundays. Also, I am the marketing manager for Girls Run These Worlds. We make great content! And also, I am going to be starring in the K-Night Chronicles. You will see that soon. I can't say anything because technically I signed in blood. However, this was fun. I played your blonde bombshell. And I want to thank Fleet for letting me in last minute. Amazing.
Thank you for.
She's a doll.
And Farah, I hope you feel better. Farah has a sore
Sarah, we
throat.
love you.
Love you, Farah. All right, take us away, Kian.
Hi, I'm Kian. You can find me on Twitter at uptight_Chiffon. I have been Anders, your person chasing death. You can find me hanging out with the with Lost Caravan playing Ren in the Devereaux campaign, where my character also has a reputation for dying. And you can find me next week. I will be playing Icon here on the Lost Caravan channel with Hoop DMing. Kindly Fleet, this was absolutely delightful. It was an honor to be killed by you.
I mean, are we dead? Are we ever dead? Thank you all so much for coming tonight. This has been a historic first all-fem Mork Borg game. This has never been done as an AP before. It's been truly an honor to play with everybody. I am Fleet Dietrich. You can find me at Fleet_Dietrich on Twitter. I write TTRPGs. I stream games. I am a TTRPG streamer. You can find me on Girls Run These Worlds, where one of my shows, Bubblegum Brutale, is going to come out next year. Vampire the Masquerade, keep an eye out. That shit's gonna be tight. It's an all-girls college in Connecticut with vampires. Is it gonna be gay? Probably. I have been your four-faced oracle tonight, and we are now 2 months gone. We have 10 months till the end of the world. Join us in November next month for the 10th month as we hit the end of the world, and in December for an all-ghost Mork Borg game where you will see some familiar faces return! All right, folks, thank you all so much. I appreciate you, and Hoop, thank you for staying on to do all this tech. You all have a good night. Also remember to donate to the TTRPGs for Abortion, Access, and Reproductive Rights bundle that we are running. It's got great games. It's $10. That's 93% off. Go get it. Put it in the chat. All that shit. Okay, good night. My boss is gonna kill me. Bye.
Your boss. Don't fuck your boss, but you know what I mean.